What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here on this Sunday evening, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully, everybody's having a fantastic day with their families, right? Not talking about the NFL or anything like that, but just had an overall very, very good Thanksgiving, holidays, all that different stuff. Hopefully, everybody had a very, very good one. Because today, ladies and gentlemen, we have hit a brick wall for the Arizona Cardinals. And as of right now, with most people that are thinking that the Arizona Cardinals were going to go on a 6-game losing streak, I don't know what to tell these people other than this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Arizona Cardinals' dreams and aspirations for a 6-game win streak or even a 5-game win streak has dwindled down the opportunity for the Arizona Cardinals to try to make it into the playoffs, because as of right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Arizona Cardinals are absolutely cooked. And I think everybody in this Arizona Cardinal fan base should say nothing but this in the comments, in their social media feeds, every time or any place they have a voice. This is what the Arizona Cardinal fan base should be saying. No longer the days should be of the Arizona Cardinal fans accepting mediocrity. No longer the days should be of the Arizona Cardinal fans accepting what we've seen today. Now, we saw a lot today, right? We saw the Arizona Cardinals play a very good matchup today. A very, very good matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that's one of the most heartbreaking things as an Arizona Cardinal fan, that we had to witness the entirety of the game working out for the Arizona Cardinals. And I mean, for the most part, the entirety of the game, the Arizona Cardinals were leading. But we just couldn't get the job done. Oh, brother. Oh, boy. Here we go. Let's open up the therapy session. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys haven't already smacked the like button, definitely do me one huge favor. Smack the like button and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. We do this every single post game, so make sure you have your post notification bell on, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's get to my first contribution of the night. We got my guy Jack coming up clutch. He says, this BS is hurting my heart. This BS is hurting my heart. I was crying after this game. Well, you're not the only one, man. I ended up attending this game, and I ended up having my Fire Keim jersey on, and a lot of people got a kick out of this Fire Keim jersey on that I have currently right now. And the truth of the matter here, ladies and gentlemen, is that the Arizona Cardinals came out and they played very hard. They played very hard. They did. The biggest difference is that the Chargers just, I guess, wanted it more. But when I was driving home, ladies and gentlemen, I was driving home, and I kid you not, I had to let out a huge, loud man scream. I had to let it out. Because there is nothing that I was able to do on this post-game reaction before I'm on this post-game, obviously, show here. I had to get all the emotions out. I had to get everything out of my system, because I knew darn well that I need to do my post-game reaction as well as my post-game show. So I need to have some sort of level of breathe, Mike. It's going to be fine. USA. But truth of the matter here, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it's going to be fine. I honestly don't. Let me get to my next contribution. We got AZ Fan 1998. He says, clean out the whole darn front office. Fire Cliff first because he did not adjust. or just sorry, fire Kime because of the team he created, and fire Vance, start over. This hurts. Bring in Sean Payton and Adrian Wilson. Well, you're not the only one that feels like this, man. You're not. Right. And I would be foolish. And I know a lot of people here that's been rocking with the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. We've been talking about this dysfunction that we've been seeing with this Arizona Cardinal team forever. We've been talking about it for a very, very, very long time. But I mean, obviously, you're going to have some fans that are very optimistic. Obviously, you're going to have some fans that call me Negative Nancy. Obviously, you're gonna have some fans that are saying things like, "Oh my God, Mike, you don't want to win. Oh my God, Mike, you never say anything about the positive things or blah 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 blah." Well, let's do this. If you truly don't feel like I say anything about positive about our Arizona Cardinals, let's start about talking about the positives about the Arizona Cardinals. Now, for me specifically, all I care about is a W. That's all I care. Kyler Murray could have a 300, 400-yard game, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. DeAndre Hopkins could have a 150-yard reception, 3 touchdowns. I don't care. If we don't get the win, that's where my emotions go. Yes, I'm happy that our players did well, but that's just the truth of the matter. And the more you can realize that as the Arizona Cardinal fan base that we are, you can come to the realization that all I care about is this, the absolute W. All I care about. We can't take stats to the playoff run. No, we can't. This is an absolute this is a league of winning. What have you done for me recently, league? And we haven't won today, so people expected me to come out here sunshines, rainbows, and unicorns. That's not what you're going to get out of me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you the truth, the honesty, and what I have. But let's first start off with the positives, right? Let's start off with the positives. The Arizona Cardinals played a tough game. They did. Through the entirety of this game, they led this Chargers team like nobody's business. And at one point, everybody was hyped up, thinking that the idea of the Arizona Cardinals winning this game was an absolute real possibility. It was a real possibility. The Arizona Cardinals scored 7 points in the first quarter. They held the Chargers to 0. The Chargers ended up getting 14 points, and then we scored another 10. We went into half 17-14. Things were looking up, right? What else more can you ask for an Arizona Cardinal team that's been very, very bad offensively? The third quarter comes through. The Arizona Cardinals did 0 in the third quarter, an absolute goose egg. The LA Chargers got 3 points. So they ended up tying the game 17-17, right? All right, now we got a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. The Arizona Cardinals come up and we got 7 points. Hey, we got a touchdown. Things are looking good. Let's get the defense out there and let's start making stops. No. The Chargers comes back, and the Chargers does a very good job. The Chargers comes right back and gets a touchdown. The biggest dagger to the heart of the Arizona Cardinal fans is the Chargers did something that I was absolutely shocked of. The Chargers ended up going for a 2-point conversion. Arizona Cardinals call a timeout. They're like, nah, bro, I see what your formation is coming out. Let's get you an opportunity to really rethink of what you just did today. Chargers said, I don't care you call a timeout. I'm going to come back out here and still do my 2-point conversion. They come back out here and get the 2-point conversion from Gerald Everett. A dagger to the heart of the Arizona Cardinal fans. Now the Chargers lead 25-24. The Arizona Cardinals has less than 20 seconds to make an opportunity and just couldn't get the job done. Positives there. The Arizona Cardinals played a very hard-fought game. Absolutely grinded for any opportunity to win this game. They did great. Now, I'm going to continue on my positivity here pretty soon, but let me get to my contributions that I have here right now. Let me get to my guy, Alex. He says, don't put this on Prater, but we could have used that missed field goal. Facts. Absolute facts. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. And I'm going to continue to do the positive spin because that's what some people want. Let me get to James here. He says, Mike, what is your honest opinion on the reality of getting Sean Payton? Do you think he will make K1 elite? If he can't do it, then K1 does not deserve to be here. You know what I mean? Simple as that. We know what Sean Payton can bring to this organization. We know the stability. We know he's a winning coach. So if he can't do it with K1, then we know our answer right there. I think it's as simple as that. Appreciate the super chat, both of you. James, thank you so very much. And Alex, I appreciate you as well. Well, let's stay on the positive train, right? We saw DeAndre Hopkins do DeAndre Hopkins things. His touchdown was absolutely magnificent, ladies and gentlemen. He caught the ball, spun right out, and won a touchdown. And also, he got a really good catch, right? A freakish catch. One thing that DeAndre Hopkins does very well is he makes these freakish catches that makes it look like nobody else can do it. And at one point, when I was at the game, sitting in the very, very, very tippy top, I was like, damn, that's an incomplete. But then I went ahead and took the smoke screen out of my eyes. I'm like, oh my God, he caught the ball. So DeAndre Hopkins is great. Good. DeAndre Hopkins looked great. Marquise Hollywood Brown, 6 receptions, 46 yards. Looked pretty good. I think the thing that really got me excited is that James Conner tote the rock really well. Now, James Conner did have a fumble, which was very upsetting, very concerning, very, to the point where we're like, oh man, that's a big momentum swing. He did have a fumble earlier in the game, but he made up for it, at least in my mind. James Conner, 25 carries, 120 yards. That's amazing. That's amazing. And not only that, he also got involved in the receiving game too. 3 receptions, 20 yards, 1 touchdown. So I think our offense did very well. I think our offense did pretty darn well, if you ask me. It just wasn't enough, right? It wasn't enough. That's what it comes down to. Our offense didn't do enough to get this win. Now, could we have gone to overtime? Yeah, possibly, right? We definitely possibly could have gone in overtime. And what would have happened at that very moment, it's kind of moot at that very moment, right? Defensively, let's look at the defensive side of the ball. Let's give some love over there, right? Isaiah Simmons got a sack, huge. 8 tackles, amazing. Marco Wilson, 7 tackles, 1 assist, awesome. JJ Watt started the game with the sack, huge. Zach Allen, sack, huge. Cameron Thomas, sack. 3 sacks. Great. There was 2 plays that I felt like really took the dagger into the Arizona Cardinals' hearts and just kept twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting it. 2 of them. One of them was the interception by Zaven Collins that they ended up turning over, and then also the fumble that they ended up turning over as well. Huge momentum swings for the Arizona Cardinals. Huge. And I still don't agree with them. I really don't. Maybe the interception hit the ground, but sometimes it feels like anytime you're an Arizona Cardinal fan, everything goes against the Cardinals. I don't know if you guys feel like that same way in the chat, but I sure as hell do. Let me get to these contributions that just came in. We got Keith saying, can we get some plays under center? Bro, you and me, I'm right there with you. The fourth and short that we were in shotgun, and Kyler Murray just came out and said that ball shouldn't be going to DeAndre Hopkins, and we're just systematically effed. Oh boy. Oh boy. Double A Ron with the super chat. He says the pathetic play calling on 4th. That's what I'm talking about right there. Heartbroken. Wild. Absolutely wild. So there's your positivity. There you go. Fans that come in here that want positivity, there you go. Arizona Cardinals played a very, very, hard-fought game. We had some very, very good matchups. Defense played pretty decent. The offense played pretty decent, but that's it. That's it. That's where my positivity ends because we couldn't get the W. We couldn't get it. And that's all I care about. I got 2 contributions that just came in. We got Sam says, Mike, sorry, but it does not matter how you start the game. It's how you finish the game. We had 2 minutes to hold onto the ball and we couldn't. Facts. 100%. Facts. I'm right there with you. There's no way of describing this other than we let this game go. We let this game go. We were winning. We were leading this game for the majority of this game. Everybody in the sidelines had hope and prayers that the Arizona Cardinals could have won this game and ride, high into the sunset going into the bye week. But nah. No. The Arizona Cardinals ended up losing because we couldn't get the job done. Defense couldn't make a stand. The Arizona Cardinals couldn't hold on to the ball and convert first downs. And everything is just a domino effect. 2 contributions did just come in here. We got Alex saying, was nice to see Connor have a great game. Facts. I'm one of those that actually has Connor in my fantasy football league. So I was game. I was all up in game for it. Feed Connor. That's what I want to see. And that's what we saw today. I love it. 20 plus touches is what Connor should be getting every single game. You're paying him money. And that's what you should be doing. Connor produces when he does 17, 18, 19, 20 carries. It happens. Just keep giving it to him. Let's continue with the contributions. We got my guy Michael saying, dang, we have another Tuesday night of CG shenanigans. The Niners were the only ones in the West. The only West team again 2 weeks in a row. Bro, we're not going to hear the end of it. We're not going to hear the end of it. And I know I'm not either. This game is going to be an absolute heartbreaker. It's going to be very hard for me to sleep tonight. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But it's where we are, right? We're a 4-8 team. We are who our record tells us we are. Let's get to Trevor's super chat. He says, perfect example that Cliff can't call plays. We went 3 straight 3-and-outs in the fourth with the lead. I want to support them, but it's hard to watch. Bro, you're not the only one, Trevor. I was at the game. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, if you don't follow me on all my social platforms, I highly recommend you do so, right? Because I posted a picture of the way that the stadium looked like. There was so many empty seats. There was 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left before the game started, and there was so many empty seats. Crazy. But like I said a little earlier, I'm not here to tell you guys how to spend your money. That's your money. It's your hard-earned money. You do whatever the heck you want with it because honestly, Michael Bidwell doesn't deserve it, especially if heads don't roll after tonight. So it's a little more positivity here. DeAndre Hopkins catch, right? Super amazing. I think it was definitely something to watch for sure. Something DeAndre Hopkins would be the only one to make that catch. So his stats were very good. It was cool to see Marquise Hollywood-Brown and DeAndre Hopkins on the same field. But let me ask you a serious question. People in the chat. Let me ask you a very serious question. And I want some absolute honesty here, ladies and gentlemen. We finally saw an opportunity to see DeAndre Hopkins and Hollywood-Brown together. We finally saw it today. Were you impressed? If I was to tell you, give me a level of how you were impressed from 1 not being so impressed or 10 being like, man, that was so great that we finally saw them on the field. Let me know how you feel about finally having DeAndre Hopkins and Marquise Hollywood-Brown on the same field together. How do you truly feel like they did, right? Were they a game changer, right? Were they the team that we all thought we were going to have, right? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Now, while you guys do that, let's look into Kyler Murray's stats. Kyler Murray was 18 of 29, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He did obviously get busy with his legs as well. 7 carries, 56 yards, 1 touchdown. So, I mean, Kyler Murray had a decent game. But let's take a look at the chat. I am 6s, 7s, 4s, 0 of 5s. I'm seeing a couple 10s in there. For the most part, I'm actually seeing maybe a realization or maybe an average of a 5 or to 7, something like that. I think an average, if I would have to put out there, people are saying that, with DeAndre Hopkins and Hollywood-Brown together, they would give him about a 5 or 7. I mean, yeah, I would probably put it there as well. You know what I mean? I don't think it was magnificent. I don't think it's like, oh my God, the Cardinals. Did you see them with the top 2 wide receivers out there? Kyler Murray had a stat line of 18 to 29, 191 yards. Now, is that Kyler's fault? Yeah, probably. Is that the wide receiver's fault? I mean, probably too. I don't think it was magnificent, but I would put it anywhere between 6 and 7. I feel like that's fair. A 10? I don't think I would quite put it a 10. I don't think I would quite put it a 10 yet. Now, Robbie Anderson also got involved, right? Who the heck is Robbie Anderson? Robbie Anderson made a catch today, ladies and gentlemen. 1 catch. 1. I don't know if you guys know, Greg Dortch was out. Rondell Moore was out. He made 1 catch today. And boy, when I saw him make the catch, I nearly jumped out of my shoes. I nearly jumped out of my seat and be like, who the hell is that? That's our boy Robbie Anderson made 1 catch today. was a good catch, 17 yards. Pretty good catch. Of course, AJ Green didn't do very much. Trey McBride had an opportunity, dropped the ball. He had one reception, 1 yard. Andre Bocelli, Corey Komet. I wouldn't say a 10 personally, right? Me personally. Now, depending on how you guys want to put it, right? It's your guys' opinion. If you guys say 10s, then cool. 10s it is, right? Go to sleep, rest your pretty little hands on your pillow. But I would put this at a six or seven. Now, granted, it's the first game, right? It's the first game of DeAndre Hopkins in Hollywood, but I thought we would see explosions. I thought we would see a 40-yard pass down the field. Now, is that on Kyler? Yeah, that's probably on Kyler more than them too. But that's what I wanted. That's the explosion I was looking for this finally getting to see Marquise and D Hop on the field. We didn't see it, ladies and gentlemen. I would put this at a 6 and 7, personally. A respectable 7. Let me get to my contribution from Anish. What's up, Anish? Appreciate you for being here. He says, Bidwell's propaganda on why the Cardinals will win the Super Bowl next year is around the corner. This franchise is more like a brothel, which is run like a bad version of Groundhog Day. Nothing will change unless Michael Bidwell sells. I mean, it's a lot to unfold there. The realization of him ever like selling, I think it's like, I don't even know if it's something that we should even like discuss because this is a multi-billion dollar, and I'm saying billion with a B, not an M, a B. I know we want him to sell, right? I know we want Jeff Bezos to come in here and save the day for the Arizona Cardinals and hire a boy as the GM, right? We all want that. Just kidding. But I think we got to get to our attentions. I think we need to look at his right-hand man, and that's Steve Keim. I'm right there with you, though. I agree with every sentiment that you put out there. And what people told me a little earlier when they said the sentiment of the situation of Michael Bidwell is Bill Bidwell 2.0. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that as well. I'm starting to feel that way. I'm starting to feel that way. But a multi-billion dollar corporation, even if we did a GoFundMe, I don't think we would even make a percentage of what costs to get an Arizona Cardinals team bought. I don't think we can do anything about Michael Bidwell. This man just bought a jet. I don't think we can do anything about him. Steve Keim, on the other hand, that man is dead man walking. Thanos, I think Thanos has seen his last snap as an Arizona Cardinal fan. Let me just tell you that right now. I think Thanos has seen his last snap as an Arizona Cardinal GM. I'm feeling it. I'm absolutely feeling it. Let me get to my contribution here from Double A-Ron. He says, I think Brown plus D-Hop were not targeted nearly enough. Yeah, I agree. Football is so situational. It's so crazy. Football is situational. It's what happens, right? It's what happens. Who calls the next best play? But not only that, but how can you execute that big, deep threat? I don't think we had another 40-yard bomb at all. I think we're the team that has the least amount of deep shots and actually converting those deep shots. I think we're the team that has the least amount of those big explosive plays because we don't. We don't have them at all. Now let's move over to this, ladies and gentlemen. How pissed off were you guys? And if you guys can explain me in an emoji form, the 4th and short. Kyler Murray comes out in shotgun. Kyler Murray comes out in shotgun to convert a first down. And he comes out in shotgun. I was actually very privileged, like I said, to go to this game. Some people say privileged. Some people saying, oh, yeah, you wasted your money. Okay, that's true. But I actually had a good amount of group of people there that were really cool with each other. Super cool people, right? Some Cardinal fans. I met another cool dude, a couple rows back. But the level of why are we continuing to do the same things over and over again is beyond me. I don't know why we're trying to convert a 4th and short and putting Kyler Murray in shotgun. I don't understand it. Now, Kyler Murray did actually talk about it in his press game conference. If you guys didn't catch it, that was probably one of the best things Kyler Murray could have done is address what happened in that fourth and short. This man says that was ball wasn't supposed to go to Kyler Murray. We were systematically effed. Kyler Murray came out and saying that ball was not supposed to go to D Hop. We were systematically effed. And you know what I want to say? I'm saying F, but I'm trying to keep this PG on this stream. You know what I'm trying to say? Systematically effed. And that's coming from our franchise quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. How do you truly feel about this Arizona Cardinal organization being led by Cliff Kingsbury? When we're constantly doing the same things, time in and time again. Let's get to Jason. He says, hey, bro, this team looks unprepared. Fire them all. Yeah, man, that's a sentiment that we all have, right? The sentiment that we all have. Caleb up in here with another super chat. He says, how do we have D-Hop, Brown, Green, and just have 191 yards? It's a good question. It's a very, very good question. Now, did the Arizona Cardinals have a lot of penalties? Let's take a look to see what the penalties. So the Arizona Cardinals had 3 penalties, which wasn't bad, right? The Chargers only had 4 penalties. So our penalties affected us with 19 yards. So, I mean, not so bad compared to what we're usually used to, right? As Arizona Cardinal fans, I think we played a pretty decent game in terms of penalty. Before our quarterback to come out here and say we were systematically effed, ladies and gentlemen, systematically effed. Wow. Is that a shot? Is that a shot to Mr. Cliff Kingsbury? I don't know. Doesn't sound very good, at least in my opinion. It doesn't sound very good, at least in my opinion. Systematically effed. So he's saying from the jump, we weren't prepared for that. We weren't prepared for that at all. Let me get to these 2 contributions, and I want to kind of continue to talk about the Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury whole saga that we're dealing with. Let me get to Traver's super chat. He says, "Will feel like Xmas morning if Cliff gets fired." 100%, brother. All we want for Christmas is for Cliff to get fired. And like I said a little earlier, I have no vendetta against Cliff Kingsbury. I really, truly don't. I think he's a fantastic person. Maybe, right? I don't know. He looked really happy when he was, giving out turkeys and serving food out. He looks like a wonderful, great person. He does. I have nothing bad personally to say about him, but honestly, it's just it ain't it. It ain't working. When you truly ask yourself if Cliff Kingsbury is going to get us a Super Bowl, you really have to ask yourself that question. Is he going to get us a Super Bowl? I truly don't think he's going to. Now, let me get to this comment here real quick, right? Let's talk about Kyler Murray's comments, or not Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray and Cliff's little charade that we ended up hearing this morning, right? Making it seem like, oh, everything's okay. Everything's fine, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Rappaport came out and said that they hashed it out. Y'all, tell me in the comments, how do you truly feel about this? This whole big storyline that ended up coming, this morning saying that, oh my God, Cliff and Kyler, they weren't seeing eye to eye, but now they hashed it out, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you guys are feeling about that in the chat, and we're going to talk about this a little deeper. Let me get to these contributions. We got my guy Carter saying, Mike, I've been following you for a little over a year now and donate at least once every time I'm on here, but I don't like how you don't blame Kyler enough. He's been awful this year. Oh, yeah. No, and I agree with you, brother. That's the thing. But this is the way I look at it. Did Kyler have his best game? No. No. And I think we went ahead and actually read into these stats, right? We read into these stats. 18 of 29, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, right? We heard that. 7 carries, 56 yards, 1 touchdown. I think we all know that Kyler Murray regressed. But the big thing that I want to focus on, and some people might call it a narrative, is that we can't move off of Kyler. So there's no point of talking about Kyler in a sense that we need to fire him. But Kyler Murray had a crapshoot of a game. right? Not a great game, but he had a decent game. Not a crapshoot, but he didn't have a great game. I feel like I do give enough, or at least a little. What's the word? Truly, I do, but I mean, if you guys don't, and I apologize if that's kind of what you're looking for. But Kyler didn't have a great game. I mean, you're right with that. But the thing with me is that I don't see the point in talking about Kyler if we can't get rid of him. Cliff and Kime is very, very real to get rid of him or them. Now, you give me Sean Payton next year, and we're seeing this from Kyler Murray, then I will completely turn to 180 and I will tell you guys Kyler Murray needs to go. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But in my crazy little mind, I truly believe that I still want to see Kyler Murray with another head coach. It wasn't that I wasn't a fan of Cliff Kingsbury's hiring. It's just that, like, literally, we hired Cliff Kingsbury with the thoughts and prayers that Cliff Kingsbury was going to be able to save this um, job or save this, organization. And let's call it as it is. Cliff Kingsbury was a pilot. Cliff Kingsbury was a social experiment that took 4 years to finally everybody to sing the same tune. So I hope that makes sense. Carter, if you can, we are going to open up the phone lines a little later on in the stream. I would love to kind of talk to you, but it's really hard, obviously, in a super chat format. But yes, I would love to actually, talk to you, kind of, if we open up the phone lines. Let's get to Caleb. He says Cliff can call a good game until clutch time. Yeah, I mean, this is the truth of the nature here, right? Truth of the nature. Let's get to this this Ian Rappaport report, and I want to see what you guys have to say about this. Ian Rappaport ended up coming out and telling the Arizona Cardinal fans this report earlier today, which I honestly think it's utter BS. We knew that this was a thing, right? It's not like, oh my God, shocker, they didn't like each other. We knew. Ian Rappaport ended up coming out and saying the Cardinals quarterback coach relationship has been tense, but my understanding is Kyler Murray and Coach Cliff Kingsbury spent the last 2 weeks talking through everything, planning how things will look and focus on communication. A blessing in disguise is how a source called it. You know whose source this is? I can't confirm or deny that this source is actually the source that I'm thinking, but this has to be leadership, and that's Steve Keim. This has to be leadership, and this probably is Michael Bidwell. They're trying to sell us a bag of goods, ladies and gentlemen, an absolute bag of goods. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying the goods that they're selling. This has been long overdue for a big reporter to start talking about the relationship between Kyler and Cliff. We were talking about that in year 2. Old news. We know it. Now, Cliff Kingsbury did actually talk about this. He went ahead and been very politically correct, right? He ended up saying something along the lines like, hey, we got no issue, right? We hashed it out. It is what it is. So he didn't really give too much about it. Let me get to this contribution here. We got Sun or YN1. The cards will crumble from within. Sit back and watch the cards version of Springer. Bro, I feel like that would be good TV. I feel like it would. AZ Sports Girl to clutch $10. She says, even though it was said that Cliff and Kyler sat down and worked their differences, I'm not convinced that their argument is over. Facts. I'm truly right there with you, AZ Sports Girl. I truly don't think that this is hashed out and it's a blessing in disguise. You know how this is going to get hashed out and suddenly over? You know how that's going to do it, guys? When we win. That's how you get this hashed out. Win. That's it. It's no rocket science. I don't need to be paid millions of dollars to know this. You want them to get along to each other. You want Cliff and Kyler Murray to have a good relationship. Win. That's it. It's as simple as that. Win. We got a source coming out here, Ian Rappaport, one of the biggest NFL source people out there that gives us the information. Oh, no, that's crap. Come on. You want them to hash it out. You want them to be civil and great with each other. Win. That's it. The recipe for success, ladies and gentlemen. Just win. Caleb with another super chat. He says Herbert had Eckler. Kyler had Hop, Brown, Green, and just lost. I'm starting to believe Kyler can't succeed without them. I mean, yeah, you might be right. You might be right. You might be right. And honestly, I want to definitely open it up to the people that do call in, right? Because this is going to be something that's going to be a big topic, right? A big topic of debate going into this offseason. Because a lot of people are done with Kyler. A lot of people don't feel that Kyler Murray is going to be the guy that's going to give us that win, right? A lot of people feel like that. And I don't blame you. We all can feel the way we feel, right? This is a therapy session for one for all. I'm not gonna say it's making you feel better because I know a lot we're not gonna agree on a lot of things, but definitely something we're definitely gonna do is open up the phone lines. Now I want to hear what you guys have to say. So I want to definitely segue this over to where do we go from here, but I did see another super chat come in here from Sam. He says this: K1 wants to be in his hometown, Texas. K1 to Texas or the Texans for their 2 first-round picks and a pick 6 and 4 QB and DL or offensive line. That will give us 3 first-round picks, then get Sean Payton. I mean, yes, but let me I guess ask you guys this question: If we do get rid of Kyler Murray, do the people that are saying get rid of Kyler Murray, do you guys also want to get rid of Cliff and Kime and all that different stuff as well, or are you just trying to get rid of Kyler? Maybe with the open up the phone lines, we'll be able to get a better understanding to see where you guys stand. And I know it's hard, right? It's hard with text. It's hard with text. Let me get to the super chat here with Anish. Appreciate you. My fantasy team is 10 and 2 this season. Anish for GM. Love it. Love it. So where do we go from here? Right. We ended up seeing a report come out that Sean Payton's going to cost what? 2 first-round picks, multiple first-round picks. What say you guys? What say you guys? Do you think that the Arizona Cardinals are going to go all in and get a Sean Payton with 2 first-round picks? Or do you think the Arizona Cardinals are going to get somebody else? Or do you think that the Arizona Cardinals are not even going to fire Cliff Kingsbury? What do you think the Arizona Cardinals are going to do? Where do we go from here? Right? Riding at 4-3. Right now, the Arizona Cardinals are sitting at number 3 in the division because let's be honest, y'all, the Rams are an absolute crapshoot. They look bad. They're terrible. They're going through a lot of the same things that we are. The big thing that they have on their head coach is better than our head coach, and B, they have a Super Bowl last year. It's what they can hang their hat on. But where do we go from here? Right? Are you guys willing to give up 2 first-round picks for a Sean Payton or an Eric Bieniemy or that offensive coordinator from the Eagles? There's options, right? But the Arizona Cardinals need a plan. The Arizona Cardinals absolutely need a plan moving forward. Let's take it into the comments and see what you guys are saying. Where do the Cardinals go from here? Got my guy Anish saying Sean Payton isn't coming to AZ. Let me see if I can continue to find some more. Cliff's a yes man like Kime. Bidwell has issues getting rid of yes man. I mean, yeah, you might be right there, right? If it doesn't happen tomorrow, I'll be shocked. I will be absolutely shocked. Eric Bieniemy sucks. Definitely not going to give up a first round for a coach. So no Eric Bieniemy, and then not going to go ahead and get Sean Payton. Okay. We got somebody say Sean Payton. Sean Payton isn't going to come to the Cards. Is our season over? Yeah, it's been all over. No to Bieniemy. Sean Payton to AZ. New coach. Fire Cliff. Get Payton. Get Sean. Okay. I mean, I feel like I'm seeing it kind of split, right? We do have an opportunity here to get a Sean Payton. Now, I know that Sean Payton's contract does expire in 2024. So technically, if we were to get a Sean Payton, we would have to give up some first-round picks. And there was a report came out that said we need to give up multiple first-round picks. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, So that's the big question right now, right? Me, truly, all I know right now is I don't want Cliff. That's all I know. I don't want Cliff. I truly think that Cliff needs to go. I think he's way in over his head. I do truly think that Kyler Murray has regressed 100%. Kyler Murray has absolutely regressed. But when you are restarting, me, I would rather go with the franchise quarterback and see if we can make him right with another head coach, a capable head coach, right? Not somebody that we're just hiring from a college team that doesn't have a win, right? I'm not saying one of those, but somebody that's proven themselves in the NFL that they can win. If we can truly do that, then we know Kyler's gone too, right? Because if you look at it right now, getting rid of Kyler Murray is only going to hurt us. Unless we tank the rest of the way, we have no shot at a number one quarterback, right? One of the top, 3 or 4 quarterbacks that are out there. I don't think we have a shot unless we completely tank moving forward. I think we're still going to win about 2-3 games, maybe 2 games. Getting rid of Kyler, I don't think is going to do anything. I acknowledge that he's regressed, but it's so hard to get away from a Kyler Murray or a quarterback. So that's why where my focus is always going to coaches because of that situation. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. But I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. I said pay Kyler, and then I'm looking pretty dumb right now, right? I'm looking pretty dumb right now. So I've been wrong plenty of times, but I have been right a couple of times as well. So honestly, it's all one of those situations that we're going to have to figure out which way the Arizona Cardinals are going to go. Truth of the matter here, ladies and gentlemen. The truth of the matter. So let's do this. Let's open up the phone lines. Let's hear what you guys have to say. I'm going to try to limit people to only talk a certain amount just because I know there's a lot of people that want to jump on, get their voices heard on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. So I'm going to open up the phone lines right now. If you are curious to jump on and you never jumped onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube ever, it's easy. I put a link on the chat here below, and I just posted it right now. All you need to do is click on that link. That's it. Simple. Turn your camera on, come on through. And the reason why we emphasize the camera, and it's not a big deal if you don't do it, it's just sometimes you kind of put, you kind of go down to the totem pole. Just FYI. So let's go. Oh, wrong thing. Give me 1 second here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and pin this link here. The link has been pinned. The phone lines are opened. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to know from you guys, where do we go from here, right? Where do the Arizona Cardinals go from here? We know this is a game we don't want to see anymore. We're tired of Cliff Kingsbury. We're tired of everything that we're seeing, and I want to hear from you guys. Let me get to my super chat here from Seth. He says, hey, Mike, how was your holiday? Also, the only thing we lose this game is interception, fumble, turn back to Los Angeles. Sheesh. Let's do better on the you're saying the interception and the fumble. Yeah, those are pretty rough, man. Those are definitely pretty rough. All right, let's open up the phone lines. Let's go with Mikey. Mikey, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about our Arizona Cardinals?
Bro, it's like I don't really care that we lost today. I knew we was probably gonna lose. I mean, if we lose, we win. We're still not gonna make the postseason. It doesn't really matter. But it's just the thing that we lost. We could have won by kicking. If Matt Prater didn't miss that field goal, we would have probably won the game.
Yeah.
And people were saying to trade Kyler. I don't understand it, to be honest with you. It's not Kyler's fault that we're losing games. It's Cliff. It comes down to Cliff. It's Cliff.
I agree. Do you think that if we do a rebuild, it is safe to also get rid of Kyler at all as well? Or what do you thought about that?
No. We don't need to get rid of Kyler. If we want to win games, I really want Sean Payton. I mean, everyone wants Sean Payton, but knowing Cardinals, I don't think we're going to get him.
Yeah.
And if we do get rid of Cliff, we need to get rid of Kyle.
I agree, man. 100% agree. All right. Any last thoughts before I let you go, brother?
Fire Kyle and fire Cliff. We need Sean Payton, come to AZ. It's warm here.
It is. It absolutely is. All right, brother. Have a great day, man. Later. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's go over to Robert. Robert Fuentes. You are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling about our Arizona Cardinals?
Well, I'm feeling sad because we lost. We had so many chances to put this game away. 3 straight drives, we went 3 and out. Yeah. And it was disappointing because this defense actually helped us to keep this game alive. But we lost. We got 5 Kyle and Cliff, and that's really my thoughts. I gotta say.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think we got some positives, right? DeAndre Hopkins looked good.
He did.
Hollywood, looked pretty good. What are your thoughts on Kyler Murray? I know it's a very touchy subject. If you don't want to talk about it, no worries.
We shouldn't trade him yet. If we get a new coach and he does bad, then we think of trading him. That's what I think. My opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that too. All right, brother. Appreciate you, man. Later, dude.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. All right, let's keep it moving here. Let's go to Jean Paul. Jean Paul, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Hey, man, I can't complain.
Okay, that means my audio is working. I'm just gonna say here, my receipts is kind of I'm cashing my receipts right now because I was said the last more than a year and a half that we have a culture issue and Cliff can't really handle it. I want to say that. As far as Sean Payton it's gonna come down to Michael Bidwell choosing not between Cliff and Sean Payton, but between Keim and Sean Payton, because Sean Payton said he's not going to come in with dysfunction. And fact of the matter is this: the players would never say this, but when they screw up, they're just going to say, well, they're just going to buy their time because they know the GM got a slap in the wrist for a DUI.
Yeah.
Whatever they do, it's not going to be bad. Whatever they do, they're just going to ignore what they say. It's like, when your boss screws up and he gets like a slap on the wrist and then you screw up. So you just say sorry, but you don't really want to change your habits because your boss is an idiot.
Yeah.
He's still hired, he's still working. I think it's going to come down to that. And I think I'm actually on the losing. I think we need to tank the rest of the season because that means we get good draft picks. That means we can make it easier to trade for Sean Payton that way.
Yeah.
And if Sean Payton doesn't want to come back, at least we have a good, the thing about we're going to get a good cornerback. So if we sign Byron Murphy back, keep Trayvon Mullen and Marco Wilson, I can okay with Marco Wilson being our third cornerback, but not the second one.
Yeah.
And as far as Kyler, I think honestly, he's pulling a Kobe from LA a long time ago. And I think he's pissed with Cliff, Keim, and the organization about the homework clause. So he's just like, you know what, F it. I'm just going to wing it. And this is what we see. Because he is so bad this season. If you look at the last 3 seasons, we never seen him this bad.
Yeah.
We never seen him this bad. But he's just like, today I expect him to have a good game, which I think he had a good game. He didn't have the best game, he had a good game. But I think he just kind of figured that, he's kind of aware that his perception is now as being uncoachable. And, for him to start winning, you need to have a good coach here. A good coach not going to come if you're not going to listen to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, great stuff, John. I'm Jean Paul. I'm going to let you go, man. This is a great call, dude. I think you're 100% right. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't really kind of pay attention to much. Like if we do end up getting Sean Payton, that's a great way to put it, right? It's not, you're choosing between Keim and Sean Payton because Sean Payton's going to want everything, ladies and gentlemen. Everything he's going to want his decision. That is Sean Payton. It's just a Sean Payton show if he does come here. No more Steve Keim, ladies and gentlemen. So he's going to have to, get the boot, at least in my mind here. Let me get to MGO's super chat. He says, this game was heartbreaking. I knew the season was already over no matter the outcome, but damn, 5 more games before the pain is over. Yeah, and it's going to continue to happen, man. Honestly, looking at the remaining of the schedule for the Arizona Cardinals, like we have some winnable games, right? But like we're the Arizona Cardinals. Is it truly winnable, right? We got the Patriots, the Broncos, which should be winnable, but we know us, the Buccaneers, the Falcons, and the 49ers again. Like, I don't know. Like, where do we go from here? That's the big question here, right? Sorry, super chat comes up here. Let's see. He says, well, we need Sean Payton right now. Most likely we need to be, I don't know what that word is, but otherwise we should stop the Los Angeles Chargers for 2-point conversion. Yeah, man, that was a killer. That 2-point conversion was just the stab in the heart for the Arizona Cardinal fans for sure. All right, let's continue with the phone lines here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get AZ Fan 1998. You are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling about the Cardinals?
Well, I'm really, can you hear me, Mike? I don't know if you can.
Yes, I can.
Okay. No, I'm just really pissed off. I mean, we should have won this game. I agree with you when you first put your video out. We should have won this game, hands down. But if you look at from first half to second half, Cliff Kingsbury didn't do any adjustments. None. 0. Like, the offense looked mediocrity. Like, just the fact that we went fourth quarter, 3 and outs. Like, you can't have that, especially at the end of the game when the Chargers started getting hot. I mean, you just can't have that. So It has to be fired, like clean out the whole entire house. And yeah, Kime needs to go. We just can't have it anymore. We can't have Cliff anymore. He's shown that he cannot call the right plays when it's needed. And with all the Kyler Murray people saying get rid of him, trade him, well, it's not all his fault. It's really not. I mean, he wants to win. That's just what a winning quarterback is. I mean, you see his history, where he came from. He won 3 high school state championships. He won at Oklahoma. I mean, he's a winner. So yeah, next season, get rid of Cliff. I think Sean Payton is probably the best option. Even Sean Payton himself has said that he's looking between 2 teams, the Chargers and the Cardinals today. And I think we won that Sean Payton Bowl that everybody's talking about, because look at the weapons the Arizona Cardinals have.
Yeah.
Look at the defensive pieces that we have. The only thing that we don't have is defensive line for pressuring the quarterback, and then an offensive line. I mean, they even said it, 12 different starting offensive linemen. You can't have that.
Yeah.
To be a winner, you can't have so many changing pieces on the offensive line. Hence why Kyler Murray only gets maybe 2.5 seconds. If he's lucky, maybe 3 or 4. But just everything has to start over.
Yeah.
Everything. If we want to win a Super Bowl, if they want a championship here, but it's all up to Bidwell, which sucks. Yeah, he's a multi-billion-dollar person, and he's the one that makes the decision of, do I get rid of my buddy over here who has a DUI, or do I bring in a winning culture? And that's the decision that he's making right now. If there is no news tomorrow of Cliff being fired, I guarantee you all of us need to start pushing even harder. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is just us fans are talking now. You even saw it at the stadium. I know for a fact that they're only showing the bottom that's full.
Yep.
They're not showing the rest of it.
Bro, dude, I have the picture right here, man. I got it proof, and I got it on my Instagram as well, that, man, it's empty, bro. Dude, it's empty. And I put it on my Instagram. That was 5 minutes before kickoff. Now, obviously, it did fill in. It filled it, but nowhere to the near where the TVs make it believe. It was empty. All right, brother. I'm going to let you go, man. Get the train going. Appreciate you, man. Later. All right, let's go to AZ Sports Girl. You are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about the Cardinals?
I've never been so upset in my life. That game, it felt like somebody took a dagger to my chest. D-Hop, he looked so good. Kyler had a pretty good game. Zach Allen looked good. Zaven Collins. And it was really, not going to lie, it was really cool seeing Kyler get that touchdown. And I really feel like we need Sean Payton, because we have weapons on our roster that I think he can use. Granted, I don't really know that much about Sean Payton, but he can definitely use our weapons. Yeah. And like what I said earlier, Bidwell's not going to fire his bestie Kime. He's probably sitting in his office right now do I do what the fans want, or do I keep going down my own path?
Yeah.
Bidwell's clueless, Kime's clueless, and Cliff, he's a deer in the headlights at this point. He just doesn't know what he's doing. And that 2-point conversion, I legit snapped. I feel like there's a twig in my head that snapped.
Yeah. No, it's heartbreaking for sure. I remember I was driving home because I'll try to beat traffic, and then B, try to come back here because I got to do the post game reaction. So I was coming home and I was like, hey, we got this, right? But I remember listening to the radio, and I literally had to yell. I had to burst up and just completely. I was pissed.
I let out this really high pitched girl scream. I think my neighbors might have heard that. It was so loud.
Well, you're definitely not the only one feeling it. That's for sure. All right, AZ Sports, I'm going to keep moving on here. Thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your day. Let's move on to Double A Ron. You are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about the Cardinals losing today? Oh, sorry about that. Hear me? Yes, I can now.
Yeah, so today broke my heart. I just, going into the game, I didn't have high expectations. But and then the game started, and I was like, damn, things are going well. All this Murray hate. I honestly think you were really big on saying how he has this short leash. He needs to prove himself. And honestly, I think he did great today. He didn't do his best, but he was there. And we had a lot of good plays. We had that great catch. We were doing the right thing. And I think the lack of leadership And I was telling my friend, I was like, what if we like switch the mindset of Murray and put Colt McCoy as his head and just have Murray's like skill? And if we put those two things together, like what if we mix them too? But the other thing was, I think a couple things that we need to work on. You asked where do we go from here? Is the offensive line number one? We need to draft 2 people, whatever it may be. We really need to get something in that spot. We need to get something for the defensive line and cornerback. Like you can only do so much without those pieces. And I felt we did great until those last 3 drives, and it was like we were just trying to give them a way to come back. And I was yelling at the screen, like, come on, just get 2 first downs, come on. And it just didn't happen. And it was like, it really didn't surprise me. And it's just, I expected, and it's sad to say that because I love my Cardinals, but like, I see that, you know what I mean? Mike? You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you, man. And I don't think it makes you any
answer.
less of a Cardinal fan, right? I don't think we want to lose this game, any games. But I don't think we want to lose any of them. I just think deep down we know that we're not going to win, right? It's just you're trying to expect yourself or set yourself up for not getting a big disappointment. But this one, this was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's like this. If you look at the schedule, if we had won today, like we could win the next 3-4 games. Like those are teams we can beat. The Niners, we can get back there, but that's gone now. You know what I mean? And we all know they're not going to make the playoffs. We knew that beforehand, but we still felt it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts, man. Absolutely facts. Let me read this real quick. Appreciate you, Double A Ron. Thank you so very much for the call. Great stuff, man. Appreciate you. Later.
Thanks.
I'm going to read over here with Back to Constitution. This actually summarizes hopefully everybody in the chat here. It says, none of you guys are losers. You guys are all awesome for sticking with this loser organization. You guys didn't lose. Pick your heads up. You guys are all winners. That's a great call out. Honestly, if I would have said that better, I would have said that to you guys because you're right. I mean, honestly, we had over 200 or close to 200 people here in the stream. We still want to talk about the Arizona Cardinals, right? When we're just this organization should have nobody talking about them. Like that's how bad it is. But appreciate you. Back to the Constitution. Let's keep on the phone lines. Let's get to Neil. What's up, Neil? You are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, brother. How you doing?
Hey, man. Too much to say about this game too. I think Aaron said it, but he was just like, if I would have told you we had a lead in the fourth quarter, the final minutes of the game, and all we had to do was maybe 1 field goal or even just suck the clock or something like that. But all of our last few drives, they were less than 2 minutes, and so you give any quarterback that many opportunities, and they're going to score a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
And to have a defense that's just so tired. My guy, Chargers head coach is like, yeah, we'll go for it. They're out of this game, man. They can't keep up. And so they made that 2-point conversion and they won. I agree with some of the previous people saying about Kyler. You can't argue that he's regressed. I mean, right? Yeah. You look at the stats and the stats don't lie, right? They're just reflecting what you see. So, you can't argue that he's regressed, but I just think that it's not on Kyler, really. I don't think that it's him because, I mean, you look at the previous seasons and how he shows growth. I think he's regressing because I think Cliff, all the other coaches have just figured him out, and he's not making those adjustments he needs to make. So, I mean, if you told me there was like a group chat with like all the 31 other coaches and they're like, Cliff is probably going to do this, and they're like, "Oh yeah, totally. I'll just run this play," and then we just shut him out. So
yeah,
I just think we need something different. I hear a lot of people saying if we're going to fire Cliff, it's going to be in the like 24 to 48 hours because you got to do it during the bye week, just so that these other staff can get a chance to look at stuff. So
at least something, right? You want them to get a little of opportunity to get something to play for. I'm gonna let you go, Neil. Great call. Appreciate you, man. I hear the sadness in your voice, brother. Have a great rest of your day, man. This is when I expected it. There was a couple things. It was either going to be after the 3-game stretch of the division when we lost 2 out of the 3. I thought it was either going to happen there, but also the bye week, right? This is the perfect opportunity for the Cardinals to do something like this because you got to give either Vance Joseph or Sean or Spencer Whipple an opportunity to get his game plan going. All right, so let me get Carter up in here. Carter, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, brother. How are you feeling about the Arizona Cardinals?
Can you hear me? I am disappointed in this team. I got a lot to say. Kyler Murray, I've been saying this for a while. He needs to go. While his value is still high, he needs to go. I have not seen a quarterback in a long time that has not got on his players for how they've been playing. Do you remember when Buda Baker had that whole speech?
Yeah.
On how upset he was? I haven't seen Kyler Murray act like that ever. He's never acted like that. He doesn't seem like he wants to win at all. And it's not all his fault. I get that.
Yeah.
But you also have to blame him because he has terrible play calling. This whole year has been awful. He hasn't been thrown to the right people, just like he said tonight that he wasn't looking for D-Hop on that one pass. That's the only person you should be looking for in that situation. And I don't agree that we should tank at all because, let's face it, when have we ever been good at draft picks?
Yeah, true. True.
Never. We've never been good at draft picks. We drafted Zaven Collins. Really hasn't shown that much from what we thought he was going to. It's just awful, and I don't think that we should get Sean Payton because the reality is he's not, what is he gonna do besides maybe give some better plays to Kyler Murray, but the thing is Kyler Murray doesn't perform that well. Well, he hasn't this year at all.
Yeah,
and I know he missed those 2 games for a hamstring injury, but he's not the same Kyler Murray as what we saw last year or the year before, and it's partially Cliff's fault, but he's the major problem of this team. I hate to say it.
Do you think that, like, and I know this is like conspiracy, right? Conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Do you by any chance buy into the thought of Kyler Murray not wanting Cliff there anymore? Not so much like he's putting himself like sacrifice goat, right? Like that, like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do bad to get Cliff out of here. Do you by any chance buy into the narrative of like, hey, that whole homework addendum really painted him bad and he was kind of like trying to stick it?
Yeah, I think that a little bit. I also don't think he wants to be here anymore. Genuinely, I don't think he wants to be here anymore. Because if he really wanted to be here, he'd be getting on his teammates, like Buda Baker has been. I don't think Kyler wants to be here anymore. It's sad to say, but I think we had him for how long now? 4 years, right? Something like that.
This is the 4th. Yep.
This is the 4th year, and he is every single year he's gotten less happier with the team. You can tell, obviously. But I think it's time we let him go and trade him while his value is high.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you got on here just so we can get an opportunity to obviously, you can only do so much in a super chat, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Carter. Who do you think, at least right now, like, or at least the question is, what do you think we would get from a Kyler Murray right now? Like right now, you think a first round?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think definitely we'd get first round if we do it right now. If we wait another year or two, his value goes down. He's young right now. Went to the playoffs last year. Yeah, I mean, I think we'd get a first round, and hopefully Keim's not there by the time we do trade, so we have somebody that's actually can, use those draft picks that we get. But Kyler just, it's not me not wanting him here. It's the fact that it doesn't look like he wants to be here anymore.
Gotcha.
From my perspective, at least.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I can't knock you on your opinion, brother. I appreciate you as always, Carter. Thank you so very much for being here. Have a great rest of your day, man. Later.
You too.
Yeah. Let me get to this $50 donation real quick. Huge donation. Appreciate you. Thank you so very much, Serbian Sun Devil, with a huge super chat. FYI, I know the Sun Devils ain't doing so hot right now. I know they're going through some issues with hiring a new head coach over there. So definitely thank you so very much for the $50 donation, Serbian. That's super awesome. Carter, I appreciate you for coming on, right? And I think that's one of the best things that we have like this channel for, right? To kind of listen in, because you can only put so much in a chat, right? You can't describe what you're really feeling in words, or at least most people, I can't, right? I don't agree, respectfully, personally. I do think obviously Kyler Murray has regressed. I think Kyler Murray has obviously regressed, but I don't think he's even going to go for a first rounder right now. Especially with the narrative that's been painted out, a homework addendum, right? All this other negative stuff, all this, stuff that's kind of being put out. And it's funny because, well, not funny, but if you really think about it, it almost kind of seems like the organization is doing everything they can to paint Kyler Murray bad, right? Homework addendum, right? This whole spat between your head coach and this negative on Kyler Murray. He's uncoachable. You have Colin Cowherd coming out here and saying things like, you should trade him from Russell Wilson because it makes sense. Their marriage isn't going to last very long. I am not living in a world where I think that the Arizona Cardinals should ever consider picking Cliff Kingsbury or Keim over Kyler. I'm not there. And I don't think I'm going to be there. Give me one more year with a different head coach next year, and if he still pulls the same antics, he still pulls the same crap that we're seeing over and over again, then I think we have a different kind of conversation to talk about then. But at least in my crazy little mind right now, I'm willing to give Kyler another opportunity because I've seen what he can do. I've seen the athleticism that Kyler Murray can become. And I just think it's really weird that we've gone so hot from Kyler Murray to down so cold. I just think it's really weird. And I'm not going to buy into this, thing that's been going on where he's going to tank to get rid of Cliff. But honestly, truth be told, I think there's still more of a spat to talk about. Kyler's not going to tell you. Cliff's not going to tell you. But there's more of a spat that needs to talk about. You want to change that. You want to make that narrative over. Win. That's it. Win. That's all you got to do, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you got to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close shop here. We are going to open up the phone lines tomorrow, though. So for the people that didn't get a chance to come in, I apologize. We are opening up the phone lines again tomorrow. We have hit our hour mark. Let me get to this last super chat here real quick. We got my guy Seth saying, well, we need to keep Kyler. He isn't going anywhere. We need it to be conspiracy. And there's that. What is that? Was that word mean incest? What does this word mean, Seth? You're catching me slipping here, my dude. I don't know what this word means. Can you stop using big words on a podcaster, please? What is it? Insidious? More on playing calling? God, stop using. I appreciate the super chat, but I agree with that. I don't think Kyler's going anywhere. Let's get to AZ Sports Fan. It says, keeping Kyler is better than quarterback nightmares before. Give K1, Sean, and we will succeed. He saved Drew Brees' career. Boom! Bam, 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 bam. Exactly. 100%. 100%. I am still on board with Kyler. I'm still on board with him. I still do think he can get us there. I still truly do believe that. All right, everybody, we're going to close shop. Thank you so very much for everybody tuning in. This isn't over, though. We aren't done talking about the Arizona Cardinals just because it's end of Sunday, right? We got Monday through Thursday podcast at 10:30 a.m. We're going to continue rocking and rolling with that. I'm only hoping we're going to get some breaking news either later on tonight or by tomorrow. We're going to start hearing some breaking news about our fellow head coach in Cliff Kingsbury. Everybody, thank you so very much. We are starting to see the downfall of the Arizona Cardinals. If you guys haven't already smacked the like button on this video, please definitely do that favor for me right now. Do it for the algorithm, ladies and gentlemen. Smack that like button. Also, follow me on all my social platforms. Everything, all the handles should be down here. And in the description of this video, you will be seeing something with a nice, easy link, right? Go ahead and click on the link. I do see somebody saying, what's the next stream? The next stream is going to be tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Arizona time. So make sure you go ahead and check out the Arizona Sports Fan here. Have your post notification bell on, ladies and gentlemen, because I go live Monday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. every single Monday through Thursday. And if I don't, I'm going to let you guys know in the community post. We got a last super sticker of the night. We got my guy Mauricio coming up clutch with the $10 super sticker. Appreciate you guys. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to everybody. Hopefully you guys can rest your heads well. And not beat yourself up too much about this loss because I know it hurts, right? It absolutely hurt. Man, you guys are super chatting. You guys don't want me to end the stream. Let me do this real quick. This is courtesy from Derek Anderson here.
And laugh. It's not funny. It's not fun. Nothing's funny to me. I don't want to go out there and get embarrassed on Monday Night Football in front of everybody. That's why I'm asking you.
Okay, your super chats that are coming in, you're preventing me from stopping the stream. Let me get to my guy Sam here real quick. He says Sean Payton in 24 years of being the head coach is 222 and 162 and 1. When with New Orleans, 2006 to 2021, he was 152 and 89 and 0. One Super Bowl win, 361 winning percentage. You can't make this up. You can't make these numbers up, Sam. I mean, you're right, brother. You're right. You're 100% right, Sam. I think this is a no-brainer. I think he should be an absolute person to come in here for sure. These super chats that are coming in are preventing me from stopping my stream. I appreciate everybody super chatting. Trash Boat coming up here. He says, I'm beating myself up, brother. Don't go, Michael. I know, man. I know. I got to, though. I got to. We'll continue to do these live streams. Trust me. Trust me, we're going to continue to do these live streams. I know there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of people that wanted to jump on here and voice their opinion, and I apologize that I wasn't able to get to everybody. But please come through on my next live stream. Will be tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. AZ time. We're going to dive right into it, and hopefully we'll have breaking news for you guys up in here right now. All right, everybody, thank you so very much for coming through. Let's fire Cliff. Let's fire Kime. Let's start this over. I'm still in the sentiment that we're going to keep Kyler. I still think he's our number one quarterback. Let's continue, guys. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Thank you so very much. And as always, go Cards.
And laugh. It's not funny. It's not fun. Nothing's funny to me. I don't want to go out there and get embarrassed on Monday Night Football.